In this video we'll demonstrate how you can add a button toggle to a toolbar. So a button toggle is a button that can have either two states, either true or false, or multiple states. So a two-state button just toggles between the true and the false state on each click, and a multi-state button toggles between each of the states on each click. So if you have a multi-state button that has, say, 5 states, the first click will go from state 1 to state 2, the second click will go from state 2 to state 3, etc. So in this example over here we have a button toggle over here which indicates the direction in which we're going to be moving when we press this move button. So right now the direction is set to down, so when I press the move button we move down. If I now go and tap on this button, the toggle switches state, and you can see now it's pointing upwards, and so if I press the move button we're now moving upwards. So this is the button toggle over here, and this is a two-state button. It's either in the up state or the down state. So let's go ahead now and take a look at how this was done. So we'll go back to the control bar builder, and you can see here that in our list of control bar items we have this item here, which is a button toggle. So that was added by going to new item and choosing button toggle. And then for this button toggle we specified, number one, that the style is going to be image only, and then we chose the images for the icon when the button is in its first state, the so-called the initial state, and then this is the pressed icon. So these are the icons for the two different states that the toggle button can be in. So you can see that the default button is pressing down, and then when the button is pressed, when it's in its toggle state, we then have the up button over there. So we can also go ahead and define what the initial state is. So we've said it's false, but we could have set it to true, and then we specify what the name is of the data variable in the data object that the button state will be stored in. So we've gone here and we've chosen an arbitrary name. We just chose the name toggle state. So that means that when the button is not pressed, the variable called toggle state will be false, and when the button is pressed, the data will be the value of this variable will be true. Then the next thing we did was we went to the button itself. So we have this button over here which has been defined now as image followed by text. We defined for our image, we defined this up down arrow, and then for our action, for the click event, we've got here the next event, so the next action. So now let's go take a look at how this next action was defined. So when we go to the next action, we can see that the code that we have is going to get a pointer to the list control, and then it's going to look inside the data, the toggle state data item. So recall that when we defined the button toggle, we said that the state was going to be called in a variable called toggle state. So here we're going to basically see if toggle state is false, then we're going to move down. That's going to be navigate next. And if toggle state is true, then we're going to navigate up, which is previous. And we know that the data item is available in this variable here, because inside the help here it says that this.data is the data object for the control bar. So this.data.toggle state, it contains the state of this toggle button. So there's our action for the button, and then when we go to the actual layout itself, you can see that we've got the button toggle in the after section of the control bar. So that means it's going to appear over here, and we have the button that actually does the move in the before section over here. So let's go ahead now and run this again. So now you can see that the state of the toggle button is pointing downwards. So when I press the move button, we're going to move down. Now I can click on this button, the button toggle moves to its up state, and now when I press on this button you can see we're moving up. So the button toggle sets the value of a variable in the control bar's data, and then you're free to use that data value in any way you want in the control bar. Thank you very much for watching.